Hey folks, just wanted to give you an update. The public test server has been released by Novacore, and here's the link to it. I'll put it in the channel down below where you can go download the PTS client. It's totally separate than the other client. And if you've got a character in Dual Universe, you can get on and check it out and see what it's going to look like when it launches. What I've been showing you is accurate for the most part. They are resetting how some of the ore spawns and everything. Let me move this out of the way. Now, this particular location that I'm at now is just several bases that we put together, and a group of mine is collaborating. And so you can see this is mine here. And this one belongs to someone else, and these belong to someone else, and these belong to someone else, but we're all on the same tile. So what we did is we figured out the RDMS stuff to get everything working fine, and add tags to create all of our vehicles, and added them to our system so that we'll be able to share stuff. We'll talk about that in a later episode. I'll try to do RDMS here pretty soon, because I know a lot of people want to play with their friends and on this game and share resources, or co-op, even if they don't have friends, co-op with other people so they can do better together than you would by yourself. Notice that the fuel tanks out of the ones that are under here, so those fuel tanks are what I used to build this. The only thing I bought from the store was the small space engines, and yes, it is called the Dynamite Blaster. Small space engines and the wings. Everything else came out of the pilot building that we have here, right? So all of this stuff was useful. I took this to Mattis, one of the other planets, to see what kind of ore was on Mattis and the moons of Mattis. The moons of Mattis have only tier 1, all the tier 1 on the ground as far as picking up stuff. The Mattis itself has limestone and chromate. Chromate's important to be able to manufacture something. So as soon as we get on and the server launches, probably work with my friends here on our little organization, and we'll probably have to run to Mattis and get several kiloliters of chromate and limestone to come help with our manufacturing process, because the tier 2 is going to be hard to get until we can build tier 2 miners. To be able to build territory units and scanners and stuff, you've got to have that chromate and you've got to have that limestone. So we're going to work on that. I'll show you our setup, same as before. You know, there's my tile over here, but I'm actually on a friend of mine's tile here, and we've got all the rights set, and I've got my rights set so they can mine my tile if they want to go get ore off of it. So we're right here by one of the factories that has the transportation shuttle. I'll run you over there, and what we'll do is I'll show you. They've got a new ship or two out that's going to be out. Okay, this thing is very, very. I don't know why it's not wanting to take off. There we go. This is a little bit overkill to go through that planet. You can get there with extra small tanks, extra small space engines, but you need enough to get out of orbit. Now notice I have no voxel on here. It's kind of off. The voxels weight, so are they big? Voxel is going to cost you in weight. It's really cool to have your ships built with voxel and look real nice and neat and clean and good lines and everything, but the fact is that starting out you need to be able to throw something together that you can use initially. So let's see here, hit G so I can land, because I've got arch HUD on here and I've got good brakes. As you can see, I stopped pretty fast. Those brakes came off my lander, by the way. So all of the stuff, again, except for the engines, the space engines, that is, the Atmo engines came out of the buildings too, but everything except for the space engines and the wings themselves. I put small wings on it so it would fly a little better. Do I have to do that? No. I could do all the extra small. I could actually build everything. Come over here and buy extra small space engines, put 2 or 3 on there, and I could get there. And oh, by the way, the nice thing about the small ships, which I do have an extra small container on here, nice thing about the small ships is you can get up to 50,000 kilometers per second. It used to be limited to 2999999. Now it's limited to 4999999. And that's kind of nice because going to Mattis, instead of being an hour and 20 minutes or so, it becomes about 45 or less. So that's really nice. Nothing's changed with the shuttle station. Still the same as before. All right. But they do have a little bit of different stuff over here with regards to ships. Most of these are the same. I'm assuming they fixed the stuff on them. Like this one now has the brakes on the outside so that it'll actually work. It was on the inside before, and all of the adjusters and stuff are on the outside. And you see the brakes on this now are on the outside and stuff too, so that when they were inside before they worked fine, but now with the new rules they don't work. So all of the stuff, see the brakes are layered here. I'm assuming that works because they put it out for this release. Nice little ship here if you want just a little one. Personally, I would take all the stuff in the pilot construct, the pilot building that you can use, and I would just build yourself a ship. There's a nice little scooter here. You know, it's probably a little faster than the one you get. Nanobike Mark 1 hybrid craft. So the hybrid craft means that it can go in space, right? Hybrid means it can go in space too, because it's got the space engine down here. Okay, so it's got the Atmo engines here. It's got 2 small Atmo engines, which you get one of those in the pilot building. So hey, if you and a buddy do this, you can build your own. And then this is probably a small space engine. This would not probably be compactable, but it does have a space radar on it too, which is kind of cool. Since you're not going to be a while before you can make those, so buying this just to get the radar might be worth it. And then you could take this over to Mattis and do whatever you wanted to do. It's only 140K, which, you know, you could sell ore and get that. I know I'm spawning in with 200K. I'm not sure I'd spend it and waste it on this, but for some players this may be a pretty good option for them. Okay, this ship's been here forever, but again, they've edited it, made it so that now the brakes are on the outside and everything. So they've changed it around. They really haven't done much to these ships. But there's some new stuff upstairs. Let's go look at that. Some of the stuff's not new. I mean, they've just fixed the stuff that's here. It's got a little hauler with a couple of nice containers on there. Some of the stuff is worth buying if you've got the money. This one's going to cost you $3.5 million. But if you've got the money, just having the larger containers is kind of nice to have. I mean, if you find one with an anti-grav, that's probably a good thing too, right? So this doesn't tell you all the specs, but you can look inside these containers and you can see all the parts that are on here, right? So it tells you every part that's on this item, on the ship, right? It's got this many small wings, it's got 2 medium windows, blah, blah, blah. And you can go through here, kind of look at what they used to build this, and it gives you a little better idea of the capabilities if you know what's going on than just looking at this. Oh wow, it's an atmospheric hauler. Atmospheric means it can't go out into space. I'd have to put space engines on it. But yeah, that's not hard to do. You can do that, but then you start adding more weight too. So different vehicles, kind of cool. Hybrid. So this one's space, and it's 345,000, but it's space and Atmo. Take a look at it. Let's look and see what kind of containers it has. Does it have basic hover engine, basic hover engine? I'm not seeing any containers. Yeah, I may have skipped one in here, but I really don't care that much. So I don't look that hard. don't really see one, so it probably doesn't have one. Another little scooter ship. Fling glider, Mark 1. Alright, this is atmospheric only. Only has room for one crew person, but you can take those camp chairs that you get in the base. There's like 2 or 3 camp chairs that you get in some of the bases, and you can put that on here, and you can put another person in. This one is just an atmospheric hauler, which implies that it has containers. Right, so let's take a look at that. Should be basic container. So it's got basic container medium. It's got 1. It's got 3 small and 5 extra small. That's really not that much. I mean, for $4.3 million, I wouldn't buy it. Not for that. So it just doesn't have everything that I want to have in it. I mean, it's got this container hub linked to them all, but it's just not going to have that much. Got some new stuff up here, got some old stuff up here, but here's the prize right here. Alright. So this is a 15.65 million credit ship. It's called the Ronin Air 1, space and atmo capable. It only has a crew size of 1, but it would be real super easy to put camp chairs in here anywhere you want, like right here, anywhere in here, along the wall, along the bulkhead. You could even put them in here where the pilot is. Oh wait, it does have camp chairs. Okay. So it says crew 1, but there's more chairs. So take a look at the other ships. They probably have some too. So you got a couple of large containers here. And back here, you've got, you know, your fuel tanks, your engines. It's got pretty good engines. Uncommon military atmo engine, large. This is probably the container for the warp cells. I'm assuming this has a warp engine. Maybe it doesn't. But the big thing about this one is it has an anti-gravity generator. Okay, anti-gravity is huge. It's going to be a long time before you can make them. So this might be worth saving up for, just to get the anti-grav unit, even if you take it out and put it in your own ship design. You know, if you want to get those designs up and running early, or if you have a blueprint from Beta. A lot of us have blueprints from Beta where we built our own ships, and anti-gravity units are going to be scarce for quite a while, I believe. It takes a lot of resources to build those, and a lot of odd higher tier ore. So that's a good ship. Requires a lot of money. If you're playing a co-op with a lot of people, this is probably not that big of a stretch to buy. So, you know, some other ships here. I'm not going to go over them all, but there's some pretty good stuff, right? This one's supposed to be a fighter, but you know, oh, it does have a shield generator on it. Okay, and it's got weapons, railguns. What are these? Let's look and see. These are advanced agile railgun small. Well, that's actually pretty decent for starting out. So if you want to go gank people and you don't have time to get your industry up and running, then you can save up 3.85 million credits, and you can come out here and you can buy this thing. And I think these are pretty rare engines. Yeah, advanced military space engine large. I didn't mean rare as in rare. I meant not easy to get to early on. And the atmo engine is an advanced military atmo. So yeah, that's pretty decent. Just remember, you spend 3.85 million and you take this out and you're shooting people down. As soon as I get my industry up and running and I build some railguns or some other weapon types and I put them on my little clunky fighter and I bring it out there, you may find that 2 or 3 of my really cheap fighters can shoot down your $3.85 million ship. So don't think that you rule just because you go out in an armed ship. You're just as likely to lose it as any of us unarmed guys are. So, or folks, I should say. So anyway, just gonna let it go at that. PTS server. You can see it says on the screen it's the public test server. It is out here available to play, and so hope you go out and enjoy it. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time.